I'm back with another edition of the best restaurants in the Triangle region of North Carolina. But unlike my last video, which was all my opinion, this time I'm leaning on Michelin. That's right, Michelin has finally come to North Carolina, and they just released their list of 16 recommended restaurants and 3 Bib Gourmand nods. And while most people are in agreement about most of the list, there's pretty universal disagreement about others, and head-scratching about what was left off. But before we get into all the mouth-watering details, my name is Matt Martin, and not only am I a Raleigh-based realtor, but I'm also a transplant to the Triangle region, originally from LA and New York City. I've helped tons of clients, just like you, do exactly what I did back in 2021 and relocate to the Triangle region of North Carolina. So if you're looking to do the same, I'd love to help you too. So before we get started, as I just mentioned, this is the first year that Michelin has included North Carolina in its rankings as part of its new American South Michelin Guide. And yes, it did cost the state of North Carolina and the various city tourism boards more than $1 million to be included over the next 3 years. So there is a little bit of pay to play going on here, but I've got to say that I agree with most of the rankings. Overall, only one restaurant in the entire state received a Michelin star, and that was Counter in Charlotte. But the Triangle region received multiple honorable mentions, including 11 in Raleigh, 4 in Durham, 2 in Cary, 1 in Pittsboro, and 1 in Knightdale. So I guess that settles who has the better food scene between Raleigh and Durham, and I'm just gonna leave that right there. All right, since Raleigh got the most nods, let's start things off there. The biggest winner in the Triangle is definitely restaurateur Scott Crawford. Okay, quick side note. Did you know that restaurateur isn't actually a word and it's really restaurateur? But that sounds weird, so I'm gonna continue to say it with the apparently non-existent N. Anyway, back to Scott Crawford. 3 of his restaurants made the Michelin recommended list: Jolie, Crawford & Son, and Brodeto. And none of these comes as a surprise, since they're consistently cited as favorites among locals. Jolie and Crawford & Son are actually right next door to each other in the popular North Person Street district. Jolie will take you to Paris with its French-inspired dishes and incredible bread and butter, and it features a great rooftop deck for alfresco dining and a walk-up window that serves champagne and fries for those more casual evenings. Then Crawford & Son focuses more on just making amazing food, be it its addictive manchego biscuits or its grilled meats with amazing service. But be warned, both of these restaurants are on the smaller side, so you'll definitely want to reserve ahead of time. Then just down the road in the Ironworks complex is Brodeto, which is Scott Crawford's Croatian-Italian fusion restaurant that marries beautiful decor with incredible food. Now, this will definitely be more of a splurge, but I went here for my birthday last year and every dish was delicious, so it's definitely staying on the list for special occasions. Back to the Mordecai neighborhood, we have Stanbury, which many locals will name as their favorite restaurant in the city, and I don't blame them. The only downside to Stanbury is that they don't take reservations, and even if you queue up to get a table right at opening, you're usually going to wait at least a couple hours, which is when you head over to Jolie for that fry and champagne window. But once you get in at Stanbury, you'll be glad you waited. It feels like you're in a farmhouse meets warehouse with its cool rustic vibe, and the seasonal menu will always impress. The steak and pork chop are always must-tries, no matter the seasonal iteration. Then heading to downtown Raleigh, we have one of my absolute favorites, St. Roch. This New Orleans-inspired spot is known for its flame-roasted oysters, but there really isn't anything on the menu I wouldn't recommend. And the high-end retro vibe just makes it feel like a place you want to hang out in. They have an awesome brunch, but really, anytime you can go here, just say yes. Then if you're looking for more southern comfort food, you can't miss Poole's Diner, which hails from Raleigh's other famous restaurateur, there's that N again, and 2-time James Beard Award winner, Ashley Christensen. If you think you know good mac and cheese, think again. This one is sure to jump to the top of your list of favorites. And then there's the only place on the Raleigh recommended list that I haven't eaten, and that's Brewery Bhavana, but I'm not surprised to hear it made the cut based on everyone else's rave reviews. This is dim sum meets brewery meets bookstore, and if that leaves you confused, you'll just have to go check it out for yourself. The only reason I haven't eaten here is because my partner has celiac, and they really only have one item on the menu that he could eat, so we just haven't made it a priority. But that may have to change now that it's made the Michelin list. And then heading north to North Hills, we have the gorgeously designed Tamasha, where the food matches the stunning decor. This is upscale modern Indian food, and to be honest, I had no idea what that meant when I first went there. But everything is delicious, and the presentation of the food makes you almost feel guilty for digging in. And in 2024, People magazine partnered with OpenTable to name the most beautiful restaurant in each state, and Tamasha took the crown for North Carolina. Okay, there's actually one more Raleigh location on the recommended list, but it's the one causing the most controversy, so I'm gonna save that one till the end. Moving over into Durham, we have 4 recommended restaurants. The first is Little Bowl, which comes from another James Beard finalist, Oscar Diaz. Here, they serve what's called pocho food that derives from Diaz's own experiences as a first-generation American chef. So you've got things like duck confit chilaquiles or Frenchican toast, blending his Mexican roots with American influences. Yeah, this one is definitely moving to the top of my must-visit list. Next, there's Nana's, which has an ever-changing menu, but according to their website, our restaurant emerged from the collective influence of all our grandmothers, bound up in the warmth of the kitchen and the joy of food, prepared with love. They rely on seasonal, local ingredients, and their 250-plus bottle wine selection really shines. So if you're looking for good food and great wine, this is a must-try. Then if you're in the mood for Mediterranean, Nikos is located in Brightleaf Square near downtown Durham. This is a restored former industrial complex that now includes a brewery, ice cream shop, pizzeria, shops, and more, so it's not just a great place to get Michelin recommended food, it's also a cool spot to check out in general. Nikos operates on the idea of bringing everyone to the table, so you'll find a lot of small plates for sharing, but for those who like to keep their plates to themselves, you'll have plenty of options as well. And finally in Durham, we have Seraphine in the American Tobacco campus. Like Brightleaf Square, this former tobacco complex has been converted into a trendy hotspot right next door to the Durham Bulls Athletic Park and Durham Performing Arts Center, or DPAC. Seraphine is the place to go for Cajun classics, so if you're looking for gumbo, fried catfish, or a taste of New Orleans in Durham, look no further. All right, let's quickly move to Cary, which has 2 recommended restaurants. The first is Herons, which is an institution in the Triangle. This is old world fine dining in the Umstead Hotel, so think white tablecloths, dark woods, and traditional vibes. But the food is anything but traditional, and the lunch I had here was absolutely outstanding. And the spa at the Umstead is constantly applauded as one of the best in the region, so treat yourself to an amazing massage, followed by an incredible meal. Then we have something unique. Texas-style barbecue sold out of a food truck located at Phillips Farm. I'm talking about Dampf Good Barbecue, and as the name implies, here it's all about Dampf Good meats and sides. No frills. And finally, we have Fearrington House in Pittsboro. Now, this is a bit out of the way, so unless you live in Chapel Hill or Pittsboro, you're definitely not just gonna stumble upon it. But Fearrington Village is a great community, and when you drive into it, you're greeted by a field of belted black and white cows with the restaurant in the background. Here, you'll find 3- and 4-course tasting menus that change based on the season, but they're really known for their chocolate soufflés. So those are the recommended restaurants, but in addition to those, Michelin also named 3 Bib Gourmand restaurants. These are restaurants where you can get a great meal for a reasonable price, and they nailed it here. Michelin gave a nod to the region by recognizing 2 barbecue joints, Sam Jones in Raleigh and Prime Barbecue in Knightdale, which are 2 of my favorites. We're at Sam Jones multiple times per month, and while they're known for their pulled pork, I also love their smoked turkey and chicken. but really you can't go wrong, except with their cornbread, but I'll save that rant for a whole nother time. And the last one is Malapata in Raleigh. This is a new restaurant as of 2025, so I haven't been here yet, but everyone who has gone has raved about it. Here you'll find delicious Oaxacan food and freshly made corn tortillas, so yes, sign me up. So as I said, there's another recommended restaurant in Raleigh that's been causing quite a bit of controversy across the interwebs, especially on Reddit, and that's the Pit Barbecue. Now, I did include the Pit in my video of favorite restaurants a while back, but I will say that it's incredibly hit or miss. I've had some of the best barbecue ever here, and I've also sent items back. And this seems to be the consensus across the web. But it's an institution in Raleigh, so if you're looking for a sit-down barbecue spot, it may be worth checking out. And hopefully you go on a night where the meat is juicy and tender. But what got left off? Well, of course the internet, and yours truly, have some strong thoughts here. The biggest diss was Ajja, which comes from chef Chidi Kumar. When it opened a couple years back, Esquire magazine named it one of the top 25 best new restaurants in the entire country. And it was nominated for a James Beard Award for Best New Restaurant. So how it didn't make the recommended list is mind-boggling. Some other surprises were the exclusion of M Sushi, which is easily one of the best sushi meals I've ever had in my life, and I've been eating sushi since I was about 8 years old. Madre, which leans more on fried items, but always impresses, and according to a lot of people I know, Figolina for its incredible homemade pasta. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. Did Michelin get it right? And what are some of your favorite restaurants in the Triangle? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're ready to kick off your home hunt here in the Triangle region of North Carolina, I'd love to be your guide. You can reach me by phone, email, or text, and you can find all my contact information in the link below or by scanning this QR code right here with your phone. And if you liked this video, I have a whole catalog of others all about moving to, living in, and buying real estate in and around Raleigh, North Carolina. Here's another one here that you may like, so give it a click to keep on watching.